Hi, and welcome to video 1 in my series where I recreate the looks from Kevyn Aucoin's Making Faces. Today, we're going to start with the first one in the book, which is this picture of Julia Roberts. So, I'm going to start by priming my eyelids. Oh gosh, guys, this is almost gone. It's almost gone. But I keep finding more in there. I can't wait to open my new one. It's so exciting. But I tell you, this has lasted me a long time. So, I'm just going to prime my eyelids a little bit. And then just blend it in a little bit with my finger. Makeup towel. So now that we've primed our eyes, I'm going to go in with the NARS High Pigment Eyeliner in the shade Gran Via. And I'm just going to line the upper and lower waterline on both eyes. Pull my mirror a little closer because I'm old and blind. I'm going to be real honest. I sat down to practice this a few days ago before I made this video, thinking, oh, it's a smoky liner. Not done it much, but I shouldn't have a hard time with that. I had to do it like 4 different times. Once on my husband and like 4 times on me over the last 3 days. So hopefully this turns out because my face is raw. So I'm doing this in black because that's how Kevyn does it in the book. However, some of my practice I did with different colors. I did gray, I did blue, and I added some maroon to one, and it looked really pretty, so, you know, that's always an option. Wow, it is really hot in here. So I've got eyeliner on my upper and lower waterline. Now I'm going to go in with the same eyeliner, and I'm going to just line the lash line on top of both eyes. It's going to be smudged out and smoked out, so it does not have to be neat. I'm going to do one eye, smoke it out, and then I'll do the other eye because I don't want one eye to dry down while I'm doing the other one. And like, depending on the eyeliner you use, I had to dry down once and that wasn't pretty, and then like some are creamier than others and they like never get, oh my gosh, my cats are going insane. But I'm just gonna throw a little bit of this on. It doesn't have to be pretty. I'm just going to put a stripe across my eye like that. And then I'm going to go in with a small, fairly dense brush. It's just a nice soft brush. It's a small shadow, number 42, from the old Ulta Beauty collection. I'm not sure what the number is since they rebranded it, but love this little brush. I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to smudge all of this liner and smoke it out. I'm not pulling it too far past the actual lid of my eye. There's no like wing to speak of, but it kind of just comes out a little bit. But I'm not doing that right now. We'll do that with shadow. I'm just blending this liner out so I have my nice thick black line at the bottom. I over-blended it a little bit, so I'm going to add in a little bit more. Here at the bottom. Right on my lash line, the eyeliner likes to come off when I do this, so I shouldn't have done that. Did I just get eyeliner all over my pants? Okay. So, as you can see, we're not looking gorgeous yet, but trust the process. Let's do the other eye. Again, Brett, don't leave your eyeliner sitting like that, or it's gonna roll off the desk. So I'm not doing anything special. I'm just kind of coming in here on the line, and I'm just really using my brush almost the way I would a pencil eraser, and just kind of going over it, not putting a ton of pressure. Again, that's going to depend on the consistency of your eyeliner. This NARS eyeliner I use, super creamy, super blendable. If you use something a little bit drier, you might have to kind of work it a little more and such. I've not tried this with any kind of liquid product, and I can't say that anyone would recommend it because it sounds like a complete disaster to me. But if you do it and it works, let me know. I'll request proof though. Alright, now that we've got our liner on and all smoked out, I'm going to go in. So this is my Natasha Denona Mini Xenon palette. I'm going to go in this black one here on the end. Oops. So this is called Blackest Black, and I'm going to go in with a slightly bigger brush. So this is an IT Cosmetics number 27. A nice fluffy shading brush. So I'll just get a little bit of this black shadow on. I'm going to start at the inner corner of my eye, and I'm just going to go lightly and smooth out the edges. I'm not going all the way up my eye. I'm not intentionally covering up my whole eyelid. But wherever I get that kind of graceful, and then I'm gonna, that smooth line. And then as I come towards the outside of my eye, I'm gonna arc it up so that I have a little bit more up here. And this also, because my eyes have a slight hood, I have to bring makeup on to the hood as well. Otherwise, when I'm sitting, like, you can't really see a lot of my eye there. But here, see, I've put it onto the hood, and when my eyes are fully open, see, it just looks like regular eyeshadow. So everyone already knew that, I think, but you know, this is about me and what I'm learning. And if you already know all the stuff that I'm talking about, my channel's probably not for you. Because there are so many people, oh my gosh, that do so much better than me when it comes to makeup. Oh my gosh. I got distracted talking. I need a blender, a different blending brush. So I'm going in just with a clean blending brush. Because I got just a little bit too much on here. Now, I also have not done my foundation yet because you know what I like to do? My eyes first. Does the book say to do that? No. It says to do the complexion first. However, I am going to break that rule, or whatever, because I make too many mistakes. Now, this looks insane. It looks insane. I've messed up. I'm going to fix it with a Q-tip. I need you to know that I know I've messed up. Now, this will get rid of all that extra shadow. However, now I've created a sharp line I don't want. So I'm actually bringing it down lower than I want, so that when I go back in with my blending brush, it is again the blending brush that I brought in without product on it, and I'm going to clean it off just because some of that eyeshadow already came off on the brush, and I'm just going to blend this a little bit. This is the first time that has happened. All week I've been doing this and like feeling like I barely can get any eyeshadow on my eye. So to come up with a raccoon eye after one swipe, that was fun. I need a fluffier blending brush, that one's too stiff. Let me dirty every brush that I just got out of my clean brush drawer. Ah, so much better. And let's do the other eye. So I'm gonna go back in with my shading brush. I'm gonna wipe it off. And I'm just gonna go back in and soften that edge and pull it out and arc it just a teeny bit. I'm sure a lot of the things I do are not correct, but if I do something and it gives me the effect that I want, I kind of go with it. So I know that I was just putting on eyeshadow like a maniac, but it worked for me, so. And then, even though I got this one pretty much where I want it, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did to this eye and clean up that edge and just blend it out a teeny bit more. Another Q-tip. So that they match. Someone who is better at doing their makeup could probably just make this eye match without taking that step. But again, if you're better at makeup, why are you watching my videos? Go away. This isn't for you. This is for people that are as dumb as me, so that we can all feel not dumb together about our makeup. Cool? Thanks. Alright. And that is pretty much it. I'm going to throw on a little bit more liner just to make this black right by my lash line really a bit more of a contrast, so that we've got black that fades into gray, not just like gray all over our eye. Now that I've got my shadow applied, I'm going to, I'm still sweating like a maniac. Now that I have my shadow applied, and it's only a little patchy, what am I doing? Mascara. That's what I was doing. So I'm going to go in with my MAC Stack Legit Lift Lash Primer. The only thing I will say about mascara primer is I go in with it and my eyeshadow, because it's blended down to my lash line, my eyeshadow and my eyeliner gets on the wand and makes it look disgusting. But I will say, a mascara primer, ooh. Don't talk while you're shoving things in your eye, Bret. Yeah, the only... So I love a mascara primer. This has like changed my mascara game. However, the wand gets kind of disgusting because your eyeliner gets all over it. It's the only thing. If there's a way to keep that from happening, but I don't know how to do that. So by the time it's gone, it's going to be gray. Not white, but you put black mascara over it or whatever color mascara over it anyway. So now I'm just going in with a coat of mascara. I keep forgetting I have this tool and getting mascara all over my eye. Yeah, it's pretty much impossible. Okay. I switch hands when I switch eyes. I've seen people go in like this. I can't do that. I have to at least turn this hand. I've seen people go in with their mascara like this. I don't know how they do it and make their eyes even and don't poke themselves. I've got so much mascara on my skin, but That just means I can teach you how to get it off. So, when you get mascara on your skin, don't just wipe it off like a maniac. Wait for it to dry. So we're going to do the rest of our face. Let it dry, and then we're going to scratch it off with a spoolie. It will save you so much time and effort because it will not disturb your makeup nearly as much, and you won't have to retouch. Alright, now that I have eyelashes, here's the shadow. And now I'll finish my face because the makeup plot is a full face. It's not just eyes. So now, I'm going to go in with a foundation. So on Julia Roberts, because she's freaking Julia Roberts in 1997, whenever this book was written, he just used concealer. And I know a lot of people that do that. I like foundation, and I know I don't have bad skin, but I just like the look of my skin with foundation. I have just some discoloration a few places, nothing major, and I just like to cover it. But I'm going to go in first with concealer on my under eyes. Actually, I'm going to go in first with color corrector on my under eyes. So this is a peach color corrector, and this is going to counteract my dark circles. So peach is opposite this orangey peach, peachy pink. Color is, so the dark spots, they have like blue and purple, and the peach counteracts that and makes it look more skin-like. Then when you put your concealer over it, your concealer doesn't turn gray, your concealer shows up the color of your skin. Oh, why am I not using a brush? Oh, I'm blending with my finger today. Alright, now I've got some color corrector on. I'm going with my concealer. I just like to go straight in with my brush. I have the teeniest amount. Put it out there, and then just start blending it out. Now, I generally go in with my finger afterwards because it really makes it blend with my skin much better. One more dot. So this, I don't know if I showed this on camera before. It's Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser concealer. It's called multi-usage corrector, but it's concealer. This had a foam applicator on it. I despise those. So I tore it off, and I just twist up until my product comes out and use a brush. So much easier. I just feel like those foam applicators waste so much product. You spend all this time twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting, and the thing doesn't even, and then until it fills up with product. And then you use the whole thing up. But guess what's still full of concealer that you can't use? That freaking sponge. So, it's just me being cheap, I guess. Or, no, I really just don't like using the applicator because I left this one on. So, but this, for my under eyes, it's big and I just don't like it. Now, foundations. Oh, that was shade 115? Yeah, 115. And this is Maybelline Fit Me. And this is Maybelline Fit Me Foundation in shade 120, Classic Ivory. This is the Dewy and Smooth because I'm dry. But the matte one actually looks decent on me too. I just have to prep my skin properly before it. Now, I've come up higher than I meant to, but I blend a little bit of foundation over. This foundation is not super full coverage. It reminds me of the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation, at least the old formula in this bottle. I got it at TJ Maxx, so I don't know what the current one is like, except I got another shade of that, and it was in a slightly different bottle, and the consistency was different, and the smell, it smelled like other products I've had, so I don't think it was bad. However, it was not a smell I enjoyed. It's real. I'm just taking my extra foundation and blending it onto my neck, and there's barely any product on my fingers. So don't think I'm like smushing foundation into my beard, because that would look horrendous. However, my beard is fairly patchy, fairly light, so I do take just a little bit of foundation down there. Just be careful, because it'll collect around the base of the hairs and it looks atrocious, so you have to really be careful about how you blend. And I'm gonna get a stubby brush. This is it's an Ulta Beauty Angled Foundation number 14, again from the old collection, so I don't know what it is, but alright. First, I like to go over and just tap my foundation in. I've seen people online that say to twist your brush like this. I'm sure it doesn't hurt, but it also doesn't seem to make a difference for me, so I just pat, pat, pat. I'm not swiping, by the way. I'm going up, down, up, down. On the side of my nose, it gets easy to kind of take a swipe, so I also have to remind myself of that. Pat, 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 pat. And just to hydrate my foundation a little bit, I have a damp makeup sponge. It's not wet. It won't drip. It's like one step before dry. I spray it with a water bottle, and then honestly, I spray it when I do my skin prep so that it can sit here as long as possible and start to dry out. Or you can take it and wet it under the sink. I'm just lazy and spray it with my water bottle at my makeup table. Brows. Kevyn makes no mention of brows. I can't leave my brows like this, especially not with this dark of eyeshadow on. So I'm gonna go in. This is a House Labs brow pencil in the shade medium brown. So this came in like a BoxyCharm. I love House Labs makeup, but I wouldn't necessarily be buying a brow pencil like this because I don't do my brows like that. I can't be bothered to draw hair like strokes, you guys. I just fill them in and call it a day. And I know I could use powder and probably be done faster, but I have this, so I'll use it. So I really shouldn't start at the inner corner because you can get it too heavy that way. You really want the arch to be the thickest and darkest part. But I just fill it in. I do try to take and not draw a line around because that looks insane on me. It looks really neat on some people when they're like but I don't like the look of it on me. It's a little boxy right now, but when I blend it, it will be. Here, let's start in the arch like you're supposed to when filling your brows. Alright. Part of the reason I wouldn't buy a brow pencil like this is because it's so thin, and I don't know what House Labs charges for it, but I also know what House Labs prices are like. This was twice this length yesterday. I've done my brows twice. So it just would be too expensive with the way I do my brows. But I do like the way it looks. I would say it's a touch warm for me. But I also might have meant cool. I'm still really... Sometimes I get it really wrong. So if I meant cool, change it in your head. But I just feel like it looks kind of like a yellowy undertone, and that's warm, right? I don't know. And then I'm just going to go over it with a clear brow gel. So this is Milk Makeup I almost said Kush Fiber Brow Gel, but that is the color one that I used up a few days ago. This is a clear laminating brow gel, and it is called Kush Brow Lamination Gel. Gel Fixateur Sourcil Kush. For those of us who speak French. So part of the reason I'm not too concerned about the edges of my brows looking boxy is because when I go through with the spoolie of brow gel, it blends out a little bit and lays my hair down. So they look just a bit more purposeful and slightly blended because of this bronzer. So no bronzer on Julia Roberts in that picture, but I require it. So we're gonna go, I have my darker bronzer out. We're actually gonna go pretty light because I don't have any of the complexion products. The one shade of blush that I don't have is what it calls for, and it's apricot. So actually this bronzer would be an appropriate substitution. However, I want a little bit of pink blush. I've been doing this look with bronzer and pink blush, and subtly, not too heavy with either, but just a nice kiss of both. So this is my lighter bronzer, which is why you don't see me going in and blending it on the back of my hand to get the brush, because I'm tapping very lightly, and this bronzer is so light it's almost impossible. I have yet to apply too much of this bronzer on the first try. Like, you'd have to really layer it up because it just I'm two cream bronzers. One's too light, one's too dark. Tale as old as time. Because why would I go to Ulta or Sephora and get one that matches me when I can go to TJ Maxx and spend twice as much to get 6 that do not? Right? Right? Okay, see, you understand. And no one saw me hit myself with my brushes. Bitch. Another Ulta Beauty collection, only this one is from the rebrand, so I can tell you the correct number, and it is a Precision Powder number 126. I'm going to go into my Il Makiage Mineral Baked Blush in the shade Bootylicious. It looks very pink, but I will say, especially when I apply it with bronzer, it gives me the kind of bronzer type effect. Yes, it's a pink blush, but on my face, even on its own, it doesn't read as pink so much as it reads as like somewhere in between pink and bronze. Like, it just kind of is that nice in between for me, and I really like it. I'm gonna start here, and I'm just going to swirl lightly. Now, if I were applying a more, let's say I wanted a more, like a pop. I wanted my blush to be like my pop on my face. I would start and I would build it so slowly, because once you put it on, you can't take it off, but you can always add more. However, I'm just putting on kind of the teeniest bit to mix with the bronzer and to just kind of bring back some of my natural rosiness, because I have, like I said, just a little bit of discoloration. It's not even super noticeable to anyone but me, unless you're looking pretty closely at my face. But my skin tone, you know, flattens me out then, because you're used to these different dimensions and things. And then when you match one shade in your face, then it's just like one color. And that's why we go back and we add in blush bronzer. And I just think the look of this blush is so good with my coloring. And last but not least, lips. So in the picture of Julia, Kevin did no lip liner. He just did like a nudie, what color is it saying here? Neutral lip color. I will be using a liner because I'm trying to get better at lip liner. So don't make fun of me. Or whatever. I don't know you, so it doesn't matter. Like, the thing I will say that took the longest for me to get was the kind of pressure to use on especially a lip liner, because it's not a sensitive area. You can kind of tense them up and give yourself so that you can like really right on there. And it is probably the lightest pressure that I have for any pencil product that I put on my face is my lip liner. Like, sometimes I wonder if it's even touching my skin. I don't know if it's just because I'm not used to the look of it, or if I just haven't figured out how to do it on my lips yet, but I still don't love the look of overlined lips most of the time. Or just lined lips in general. I don't really overline. I try to accentuate a little bit, but not go so far outside the borders of my lips, because the contrast between my lips, they're very pink, and my skin, which is very not, around them, plus my beard, it just, you can tell. At least I can, and I think that the person wearing the makeup should be the most pleased with how it looks. So when I don't like the way my lip liner looks, it just kind of ruins my mood about the look. So we're working on it. If anyone has lip liner advice, point me in that direction, because I do like to emphasize my Cupid's bow just a little bit. The points of my lips are fairly defined, which is in, I think. I like it. My lips are a little crusty. I literally skipped skincare one night, which means I didn't do a lip scrub last night. And again, just like, and it's going to depend on the product, the amount of pressure that you have to use. But this Urban Decay lipstick, I didn't list any of my, okay. So, I forgot to say my lip products before I put them on. Here they are. My lip liner was a NYX Professional Makeup lip liner, lip pencil in the shade Nutmeg. And my lipstick is an Urban Decay Vice Hydrating Lipstick in the shade Horchata. Kevyn Aucoin in the book says to split your tissues into single plies and use that to blot your lips. A single time, and then you reapply. So, I just like to, oops, tap. This lipstick is so creamy. You don't really have to swipe it. So, for a long time, I would put on lipstick and then just go in with my lip liner, because it was the only way I could find to get my lip liner to look like not so heavy and unblended, and it doesn't really work, but I am gonna just kind of reinforce a little, because this is a different lip combo than I did before. And this lipstick, it just is identical to my pencil. So the lip liner and the lipstick just kind of blend together. But here we have our final look. I didn't do setting spray because I'm going immediately to my bathroom and washing this off, because it's 11 p.m. and I'm going to go to bed soon. But this is it. This is my first installment of making faces with the Visage de Bret. Do I look like Julia Roberts? Twinsies! Alright, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you learned something. And if you have any questions or ideas for things that I should cover in future videos, because I do 2 videos a week. I do makeup tips on Monday, and then I make faces on Wednesdays. So if you have any makeup tips that you want, you can submit them in a comment down below, or you can send me a message on Instagram. My handle's Le Visage de Bret, and it'll be in the description box as well. But I hope you guys have a great day, and let me know if you try this look out, and let me see how it looks. Bye.